Hi there, my name is SIMS and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a speed build of a kids clubhouse, which originally was meant to be a tree house, but as you'll see I had a few problems with trying to make it a tree house. When I used to make tree houses in The Sims 3, it was so much easier. You just got a tree and you'd make a hole in the bottom of the floor and the tree would go right up through it. But in The Sims 4 apparently there aren't tall enough and skinny enough trees for that, so it wasn't going to happen. So I tried to put a few trees around the outside, but as you'll see in a moment, they really get in the way, like really, and you just can't see what you're doing, and so I had to delete them for the majority of the build and place them back in the end, because as you can see already that tree is in the way of me doing the roofing. You can't really see the end. They're very much in the way. I don't know. The trees in The Sims 4, they're just a lot shorter and they take up a lot more space than they did in The Sims 3. I don't know why, but when I zoom in, they didn't go away. They just stayed there in my way. It was very annoying, but I ended up just moving them anyway. As you'll see in a moment, I'll move that tree to the back. But yeah, so I wanted this tree house to look, I don't know, like a proper tree house. That sounds really weird. Like a proper tree house. So like someone had built it themselves. So I wanted sort of wood cladding on the side. But I didn't really like any of these woods in the browns, so I just made them colourful colours like the kids would like instead, and I think that turned out alright. It just looks quite colourful, so it does look like a kids clubhouse really, because it's full of reds and greens and blues a bit later as well. And then here I'm just placing some columns underneath to support the treehouse. It's not a treehouse though, is it? It's a clubhouse, because obviously it's on the second level, so it does need some support from below. And it's annoying because that, what's it called? It's called siding, I think. It wouldn't go where the stairs are, which I don't know why it doesn't like going where the stairs are. It's really annoying, but whatever, it's fine. And then I placed that wall there to give the underneath a bit of privacy from outside at the front, because there's going to be a little area down there. In the end, we'll put some things under there, although it is always quite dark under there. I don't know why. And then, so this is the final structure, I think, of the house in general. So I think we'll be moving on into the inside in a minute. Oh yeah, I put in these bright blue windows because I didn't like any of the plain ones. And then I tried to use other different types of window, but none of them were blue enough. They were all sort of white with the tiniest bit of blue. And I didn't really like that because it was all supposed to be colourful. And then I used this colourful door, which I noticed was only colourful on the one side. So we just had it plain wood on the outside, which does go, I think it's red actually, so it does go with the red walls, but on the inside it's nice and colourful. And then I've got this tiny bathroom here in the corner. I'll move on to that in a minute. I wanted to keep the cladding through to the inside, so I just had it this basic sort of yellow colour, as if that's what it's like on the outside underneath the paint. And then we're going to move on to the bathroom. Yeah, we're going to move on to the bathroom now. So it was quite difficult because the space was so small, and I don't want too much in there. Like it's just a quick bathroom, you know, just in case the kids are dirty from playing outside. I don't know, but I had to squeeze it all in, and I don't like the sink being next to the toilet really, like right next to it. If the sink's on a counter, I just think it looks really squished in. So that's why I put the counter behind the toilet like that, because I know this can't be done in real life. My nan actually has counters right across one wall in her bathroom, and then the toilet is sort of coming out of the counter. It's quite weird to picture actually now in real life. I can't actually remember what it looks like, but it's similar to that. And then I added in some windows because it was a bit, you know, it was a bit windowless and dark. And I've got the nice little flower mirror there, and it's just quite cute. Got this rocket I put on the wall. Yeah, it's just a small little bathroom, nothing like long washing in there, just, if they need to go. And then in this main room, I didn't want to put beds in there because I don't think it's the kind of place that the kids would be sleeping over. It's just sort of if a kids club wants to have a gathering, then this is where their what's it called? Is it the club hangout lot? I think so. That's what this would be. So that's why there's just sort of activities for them to get the, what is it, like the club points up, and just sort of placing around loads of toys and things. Placed this shelf on the wall because it was looking very empty. And we've got that bunny over there and the toy box, and there's a dollhouse in the corner as well. And I really wanted to use this kid's clock, but it just wasn't fitting in. And I wanted to use most of the stuff from the kids' bedroom pack. So I did filter it for that. Not yet, apparently, in a minute. But I wanted to use all the extra stuff from there because I haven't really done much with that pack yet. But the puppetry house, what is that what it's called, the puppet thing, I don't really know how it works. I've never used it, so I don't know if the kids go in the side. I noticed there are little doors on the side, but I really don't know how it works. I don't know if anyone goes inside it, if they just sit and watch. I don't really know, so just place that there. And I've got the little card collecting, swapping thing on the floor in the middle, because that's maybe what they would be meeting up to do, swap their cards. And then this is where I filtered the just for the pack, because I wanted to include as much stuff as I could. So I'm just adding in extra little bits now, like decorations and the lanterns outside. Just all these random things like a bin, which you don't really need, but I added it for now. I think I'd get rid of it in the end because I didn't want anything next to the puppet box because of the doors on the side. I don't know if they need to be used or not. So it was a better idea to not have anything there, just in case. So there's quite a bit of space around there on each side. And then, oh yeah, I put this little project thing down underneath because I think it's the volcano one. So they could all like sit and work on it together. I thought that was quite nice. And then we've got just a little sitting area down here. I don't really know what they'll be doing down here. I imagine they'd just be sitting and talking and maybe watching someone put the project together. I don't know. But I just need something to put under here really, because I didn't want to not have anything under there. I mean, it had to be somewhere where you could go, otherwise it would be a bit silly and empty. But I just thought it was nice having all the different stumps underneath there, like they've been cut down to build the tree house. And then I put some sort of, is this ivy? I don't really know what this is. Just, sort of leaves creeping up the sides of the house. And I thought this was quite nice, sort of like a big, it's not a canopy, but a sort of covering of a bit of the side of the below with leaves. Because it was supposed to be a tree house originally, and although it hasn't ended up physically being a tree house, I wanted loads of leaves and plants around. So then we've got all the landscaping going on in a minute. I've got all the mud paths going out. I didn't really think proper brick paths were appropriate because it's just a kids' clubhouse really. So now we're moving on to the landscaping it's pretty basic. It's just a few same things over and over again. I just sort of got 3 or 4 different objects and placed them together in various places. And then I made the lot a park because I didn't really know what lot type a clubhouse should be. So obviously I had to fill the requirements for a park. So this is why the kids sort of jungle gym and monkey bars are going at the back, which I probably should have included anyway, considering it's a kids clubhouse. But they're there now. And then there were a few more requirements, which we'll see in a second. It was the benches. I don't know what counted as a bench, so I tried to put several things in, but apparently a lot of things are just love seats, and love seats aren't benches, which I think is a bit weird. But it was quite a struggle trying to find something that actually was a bench. And then 2 benches wouldn't fit up here together. The chair versions of the benches weren't counted as benches, they were counted as dining chairs. So I had to try and fit in another bench somewhere. And I had to use a chess table anyway. So down here we have a sort of parent area where if, say, parents had dropped off their kids in the clubhouse, to meet up with their friends, they would just sit out the front talking and playing chess and waiting for them to come out so they can go home again. I don't know. I don't think a lot of kids would be left on a lot on their own anyway. I don't think the parents would leave them there unless, they're just really easygoing parents. So that's just, a place out the front for them to supervise. And then I wanted to add the trees back in the end. Because this tree is quite bent. So I thought maybe have the tree house resting on that tree, but the leaves were coming way in and you couldn't see anything inside the house, and I didn't want that, so they had to go a bit off to the side. And then I gave it a lot trait, just the one which helps kids improve skills faster. And then we're adding a bit more landscaping into the inside. The inside is quite dark during the day. I don't know why. The lights don't seem to come on. It might be because the light's outside and outside lights don't come on during the day, only at night. But I think you probably can turn it on manually. So it should be alright if you turn it on. And then I added these cute little flower lights because it's a kids' clubhouse, so why not? It's cute. And just added some lights around. So this should be the end of the build about now. We should be going into screenshots. Here we go. The screenshots, their white lines are on the side and the angles are very awkward because I took these all in build mode instead of live mode, so obviously there was no cinematic mode, so it was very awkward trying to get good angles. The bathroom screenshot is appalling because the bathroom is just so small and I couldn't get in. But also when I tried to upload the lot to the gallery, it said there was custom content used, but I have no custom content build mode items apart from Bible graves, which obviously I have not placed in here, so I don't know why. But if you were to download this, you would have to click custom content allowed. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. We're just coming to the end of the screenshots now, so bye.